All right. C1x Road to launch. I think it's day 47. Got some coffee brewing, so I'm gonna step away in a minute just to go grab that. Nothing there. All right. We've got just a few things left. Hate it when my screens do that switch thing. I lose all my buttons at the bottom. Let's go fix that. Ta-da. Okay. We are really close. So, ended the last video finishing the implementation of a lot of the tour layouts for the global list and C1x. So on our global list, we have these. You'll notice maybe that the buttons are quite a bit bigger than they were. That's because I made them bigger to fit on a smaller screen. I have not yet in my mobile app development journey figured out how to accurately and dynamically adjust the sizes of things based off of phone height. I know how to do it based off of screen height and screen width, but this is like this button height is already based off of screen height. So the screen height is set as small as I can possibly get it for it to still work on like an iPhone SE, which is a shorter screen. So on an iPhone SE, the button, stops like here, stops here. Looks decent. For a larger phone screen, it gets quite a bit bigger. The only thing I could think of to maybe make this look a little bit better is to dynamically set this, the text height, which might be worthwhile. I think right now, I guess it's part of those button designs. It is probably just hard coded in. Yeah. Tournament name 22. So it could be a little bit bigger there. I don't think I have any longer ones. And I am already getting base height passed to it. It's not terrible. Like, obviously the information fits. It could be worse, but I wonder how I could best check for that. I don't know if there's a good solution for it. I was thinking I was just going to leave it like this. I'm sure I can make it look a little bit better. It is just for tour layouts. Obviously, these buttons look okay either way. But I can't increase. So any other changes I would make, I couldn't increase the size of these for smaller screens. It would have to just be... I don't think I like the adjustment. I don't think I like the idea of making further changes. So I think I'm going to leave this as is right now. I don't have it running on the smaller device right now, but I want it to look good on all of them, but I also need the text to fit and the information be conveyed accurately. That's more important. And the issue is just with those tour courses, so. I guess because I don't really have that issue on these, and it still fits okay. Let's go take a peek at that real quick, just see if I did anything different. Should be rounds button, I think. Heights are still set the same way. Column, text. Text is still hard-coded round name. I do not hard code the size of the date. I do hard code the size of the round score. So that is a thought. Will my text do a good job of filling the container? I'm not 100% sure, but if I go, if I go peek at those courses, no, not courses, tour courses button again, we've got it set in a container with a width and a height. This is stacked, alignment is center, animated positions, that's the base color. Here I have an animated container with the width and a height that is a child with padding. So we can try it. It might be a worthwhile experiment here. Much smaller, really. Huh, okay. So I don't think that's quite gonna work. Space evenly, start. Okay. I think right now I'm gonna leave that as is. Maybe in the future I'll pull up a little two-way session with this phone and a smaller device. Anyways. Otherwise, I did test everything on the smaller phone. I increased the button height a little bit to make this stuff fit, but otherwise everything looked great. The dialogues looked great. I tested to make sure that this still looked okay, even if I was selecting a new course. Still works great. So that was all pretty much good. And so now we're on to the last few bits of improvements here. And this is basically it. These are the things that we have left to do, that I have left to do, before I'm done and I'm submitting this to Apple and Google for launch, which is exciting, I think. So we're going to jump into item number 1 here. I'm going to go grab my coffee, turn off the webcam briefly. We'll be right back in 30 seconds. And yeah, we'll start jumping into this. Right. Ready to go now? Maybe? Maybe. Okay, so first item, I had a note, and I think it's just my own personal confusion on the birdie conversion rate, screen and regulation. I think they're showing properly. I know I had the issues with the Eagles, but I think those are working now. Aces, fine. C2, parked. And for Eagle, I think needs to count as parked in regulation. That's, to me, it'd be silly if it wasn't. But I did just want to go double check. I wrote a note down that I needed to make sure they were calculating accurately. I looked at it again. I think they are calculating accurately. I think it's my confusion of the stats. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to check the calculations to make sure that they're written the way that I think they should be written. Obviously, I wrote them, but if they are, then I'm going to update the tutorial briefly just to explain that a bit more. And that is, when I say tutorial, I mean what happens when you tap. I want to just update this explanation a little bit. Okay, but first we've got to go to stat keeping, single round calculations, I believe. All right, so at the start of this, we're going through each hole. I set C1 and C2 in regulation to be false. We don't change anything here. Now, for the hole, we check if in C2 in regulation. And if that's the case, then that gets incremented. This becomes true. More importantly, that happens. Same thing in C1 regulation, so I'm adding to both of them. C1 putting, C2 putting. And then here we check birdie conversion rates. Yeah, and I did have to increment them here because aces would still register as being inside C2 and C1 in regulation. So I need to increment these as well. Albatrosses. It's probably kind of silly that I have the if statements in here, but that's okay. I could probably add the same thing up above as well, but this is fine. If C2 in regulation, we increment that. C1 in regulation, we increment. Else if eagle, C2, C1, C1. Else if birdie, C2, C2, C1, C1. Okay. And then when I actually calculate the birdie conversion rates, I just pass that variable, which is birdies and then C1 in regs. So I increment 1 up here, I increment 0 down below. Yeah, okay. Calculation makes sense. I kind of expected it to. I just wanted to double check. So now let's go to, let's shrink that a little bit, shrink this. Let's go to all stats. And I think this is where I have my descriptions. It is, so not whole, well, no, it was for a couple of them. Here we go. C2, C1 birdies count for C2 conversion stat. Does that make sense? I feel like the note makes this a little bit more clear. Maybe I just take out the parentheses and we add this onto the end. Let's do a reset the tutorial, see if that reads okay. Because I think that was the source of my confusion here was, oh, I didn't need to reset the tutorial. It's not actually a tutorial. Just so like here it shows 78%, and I was like, wow, 78% feels really high. I was only 2 for 7 of C2 putting. You know, this example of Fox run, which was moving day for, this was Simon Lazat's round on round 3 there. But it includes C1 as well. So percentage of birdies made after reaching C1 or C2 in regulation. Note, C1 birdies count for C2 conversion stat. C1 and C2 birdies. Maybe C1 birdies also count for C2 conversion stat. Give me a reset. Note, C1 birdies also count for C2 conversion stat. Birdie will also count. Make it a more complete sentence, maybe. Give me another reset. Percentage of birdies made after reaching C1 or C2 in regulation. Note, a C1 birdie will also count for the C2 conversion step. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so we're going to call that good. Now we'll go back up. So tour search. Noticed last time, just because I hadn't really changed the search function at all from what I had for the normal global courses. So here for this list, I can search by course name, or I can search by state. So if I search for art dye, it's the one that pops up. If I search for Utah, I'll still get the ones that have UT, like a DGPT layout will have DP, or will have a UT in it. But then also all the ones that just have UT as the location. I do maybe want to update that guy slightly, because I will have Idlewild in the... We'll think about that. Let's just add that to 2add later. That's not important right now. Update normal Idlewild global course layout to not be the DGPT layout, since it's now on the tour list. Okay. But yeah, so we can search by course name or location. You can do the same thing on tour courses, but obviously my main thing here, so I can search for the monster, but I can't search for the world championships. So I want to be able to search by tournament name. That's what this item was. So we're going to go do that. This will be on the global courses list. We've got, let me go to the search function first and just make sure that that's what I expect it to be. You're shown auto center text field. Here we go, search. All right, so we just need to update the function. All right, tour search. I get tournament names. And I think this is going to be a great task for ChatGPT. This is what I want. Whoa. All right. The below search function works well, but I also is passed a value from a text field in my app. I want the user to also be able to search by tournament name. Update this function accordingly. Beautiful. Should be easy enough, right? Computer is getting real slow on me here. Is that just because of ChatGPT? I mean, surely not, but kind of just happened. Let me close out of it. What the heck? I think it was, because it is kind of immediately getting better now. Well, I said that, now we're back to being really slow. What the heck? Come on, man. Now we're good. Either messages or Safari seem to be the issue. Silly. Okay, give me a reset and we'll go test out the new search function. Make sure we can search by tournament names now. And I think I'm already had it previously to, yeah, lowercase. So no, didn't mean to open Safari again. We're still trying to restart. Oh, good now. No, we're not good. What is being so slow? code helper. I don't know. Beautiful. Can't search by, should be able to search by location. Don't I have location set for US? Or no, I'm on 2025. I was like, I have a Utah tournament here, but it's not till 2026. Cool. UT there. I've got worlds for, yeah, okay. Beautiful. So tour list is now searchable by tournament name as well. Let's go update that here. And can also be searched tournament name in addition to course name and location. Okay. So that's done, which means that we're done with our global courses improvement, which is pretty exciting. Let's tackle the all rounds one first. We'll save the data one for last. Okay, not here. Let's go open up all rounds. So I'm thinking on this view about showing a little number right up here that just shows the total number of rounds scored, which should be really easy for me to do. Not auto text. Let's go grab, I guess maybe I just grab one of these guys from the tutorial. And then we'll go safe area, arrow back, this, and then font sized box with 15. Black. And then I guess maybe we just go round names. Maybe it's as easy as just doing Alright, let's do this. Let's go inside a sized box. Let's go width, screen width times 0.2. And if I were to instead go like this, fits just fine there. Can I go even more? How much width do I have here? Not that much. 5 zeros though. Can get up to 10,000 rounds. What happens if we do max lines? No, it's the wrong spot. We gotta go outside of style here. Max lines 1. And then I do the 6th 0. What does that do here? Just doesn't show up. Okay, let's go, yeah, overflow. And then I'll stick with this. Could also show it next to the all rounds here. And that probably looks better. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just do that. Maybe 10's a good number there. Yeah. And then if someone gets up to that, does it look okay still? I think so. Does it make more sense for me to put it after all rounds? I don't think so. I'm just checking out the appearance of different numbers here to make sure that I don't hate the way this starts to look. No, I think that's fine. Okay. All right, so we got a number there. I thought that wouldn't really hurt anything. Might be kind of nice because otherwise this is just a never-ending list, really. Should maybe show year at some point on those, but to add later maybe. Should all rounds view show years on the round buttons? All right, but otherwise that's done. And so now we're on to the more data to track. So this one I want to be a little bit delicate on. I'm not quite ready to reset all of my other markers. I'd like to hold on to them until I launch Firebase sharded management, Firestore, number of shards. Increment is still going to work the same. Count will still work the same. Get total will still work the same. This stuff we will update slightly. Initialize shards. That's initialize all shards. Ever unless trying to reset all values. And initialize all shards does this. So I'm thinking maybe I can do this. Stop. Reject. Initialize We'll call it round 2 shards. Initialize second shards, that's fine. All right, our counters. So we've got global courses added. I have a new tour list. So we're going to go const firebase tour global courses added counter. What is that? Tour global courses added. Number of times share button is pressed. Const firebase share button presses counter. Share button presses. Total length of holes played, total throws. Const firebase total length of holes played counter. Const firebase total holes played counter. No, I already have holes played. Total throws. Total throws counter equals total throws. Because I don't count strokes at all. No. Total throws counter. Some user scores. Total user score const firebase total user score to par counter. Total user score to par. And then total round grade. Firebase total round grade counter is equal to total round grade. All right, so we got 6 new ones there, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So I've got my new counters. We're going to copy this guy. And then service dot initialize shards share button presses. Yep. Total length of holes played, total throws, total user score to par, total round grade counter. Perfect. All right, let me go uncomment this out. So what I'm going to try to do is just initialize the new shards. It should not be hard to do. What did I just do? There we go. Okay. So we're going to try and call initialize second shards, not the initialize all. Firebase app downloads counter. Okay. Sign in anonymously. That shouldn't change anything. I think now in main, we can just come down here and on app launch, instead of doing initialize all shards, we're going to do await initialize second shards, which should work just fine. And then we just need to code in actually tracking this stuff. So let's save that. Let's go to the global courses, course management, global courses. All right. And then I have my add global to personal list. And so we're going to do the same thing, add tour global to personal list. I actually already had the increment in here, but this is instead going to be Firebase tour global courses added counter 1. Okay, so I think technically that should be done. Number of times share button is pressed. So this is async. Do I have an await called up here? It's already in a safe increment, right? It's already in a safe increment, so it should be fine. If this stuff works, then that one should work as well. All right, so then let's go to the round view. round management, round display. I've got the share button pressed, icon color. On pressed, async anyways. We're going to do this safe increment. Safe increment. What don't we like about that? Isn't defined. Didn't I just define it? There we go. Firebase share button presses counter. Perfect. Okay. So now we should be tracking that as well. This was just me coming up with a whole list of things that probably aren't going to be important. I think I came up with this list on a previous video as well, but just data that might be interesting. Share button is definitely the one I think I'm the least concerned with right now, just because I know the function of it isn't great, and also people know how to screenshot, and these screenshots would look pretty good anyways. So, anywho, so we got share button. Now everything else is going to be related to round play, which is all going to come from that scorecard view. So let's go to scoring management, round scorecard. I've got a handle round finished down here. Make sure I just understand what's going on. Handle round finished, so we log round stats to Firebase, I get the pars, and I get user whole scores. All right, so this is what we're going to change a little bit. Firebase data logging. Yeah, so this is going to be the big one here. And I also need to add distances. If I don't get distances in, do I assume 300 feet? Let me go to Safari real quick. Hopefully it doesn't break my Mac again. I'm just going to go look at the courses around Salt Lake City, just to try and see what the distances look like. New window is not what I wanted. This is fine. 5738. So what I'm wondering is if I just assume 300 feet for everyone that doesn't add distance, is that too long, too short? These are all over 300 feet so far on average. Not by a ton, but by a little bit. T-ville is just under 300. It's probably not an unsafe number. 300 feet per hole. There's going to be courses that are shorter, but there's also going to be courses that are longer. Oh. What value do I have for the distances if they're not added at all? Is it just 300? Like, let's say testing distance. Give me 6 holes. Let's hit confirm. Obviously I don't get a distance, but let's assume that it's 300 feet. Let's do a print distances. I'll print it out just to verify that I'm looking at the right things. For here, I need distances to be passed. List int course distances. So that'll give me this. Total throws will just be summing the user whole scores, which we have. Total user score to par. I've got user scores, I've got pars, so we can calculate that here. I also could just pass it. We'll do it with the information I've got here. Total user score and round grade. I do need round grade. Do I calculate round grade up here? Course difficulty, starting wall, course unit. I must be calculating it somewhere else. Save scorecard information? Where's that one at? That's in round information. Save scorecard information. No, it's not there. It's got to be somewhere. Let's go to handle round finished. This is up here. Reorder shot data, update single round calculations. That's step totals, temp round display, update round ID on display. Return user whole scores array. Where do what am I missing here? Save round to JSON? Surely that's not it, right? Oh, it totally is. Totally is. Okay. So I need to calculate it there. Noted. Noted. Well, I can probably do that here. C1x grade double and user whole scores. Give me a final. And then I need that round grade to get passed here as well. Comma, double, round grade. Okay, we can go update the call here. So here I need distances and I need round grade. So now I have all the information. And now we just need to actually increment. Safe add. What safe add just uses safe increment, right? Yeah, that's fine. We can do the same thing here. Safe add firebases round scored, holes played. All right, so first one is total length of holes played. So if the distances are set, then obviously they're going to work. If they're not, I should convert to feet. Now I got to remember how my conversions are working here. Do I convert on the main menu? Main menu when a round is set up. Par, best. Starting hole, generate, confirm. Never set the, no, here we go. Hole distances equals course distances selection. And original unit equals course units selection. So really the question here, we can leave this call as is, but I need a call up here at the start of the round scorecard to see what I'm looking at here. Let's go down here. Round distances are round information dot whole distances. Give me a reset and then let me check that out. 300. All right. So here, how come I didn't get a print? Oh, I did 300. Okay, and then if I go back and we convert it to meters, Is it still 300? I think I still got 300. What does this course tags print? That's on my main menu, isn't it? Print. Yeah, okay, get rid of that. I need to see what I'm actually looking at here. All right, so round distances are 300. Restarted application. So right now I'm in meters. I still get 300. When I show the distance, do I convert it? Have I never thought about this? Cancel, erase round. New whole par, show dialog. If word distance is set, then we include the par. I do convert the single distance. Okay. If the distance is. That makes sense. So the whole distances are already in feet. Always. Which does make what I'm about to do easier. We'll keep that in mind and just do a double check. On my hand around finishes, let's go delete the print up here. Let's go back to hand around finish. So we'll double check here. I'll keep it in meters. We'll make sure that that's still at 300 feet. And then let's just for my data logging. So I shouldn't need to change anything. Here we should just be able to, yeah. Let's go var total distance thrown 0 and feet. What else was I tracking? Total length of holes played, total throws, var total throws equals 0. Total user score and total round grade. Total user score equals 0. And the round grade is just one number, which I'm already getting past as an argument. Okay, so for every single hole then, par is equal to that, score is equal to that. Up above here, yeah, exactly that. No, not total throws. Total score, total user score, no. No, all right, we got the first one right at least. What was that if statement? Go away, no. I just want to tab to that spot. Total throws plus equal to user hole scores I, and then total user score plus equal to user hole scores I minus, or I can just do score. I have score here. Score is equal to user hole scores I. So total throws plus equal to score. Is that what it had? Am I being stupid here? No, it had it on this one though. So it still wasn't right. All right. Score minus par. So if the score is 2, par is 3, that would be a birdie. So this would evaluate to -1, and total user score goes down to -1. Does that work? Do I need total throws and total par? Should I do total par instead? And then I can calculate it, an overall score. That probably is easier. I think that's what I need to do, because I don't think I can increment by negative numbers. If that makes sense. So this is going to be, instead we're going to have Firebase total par played counter. total par played. Let's copy and paste this. I'm initializing them every time I run this, but that's fine. They're all at 0 anyways. Total par played counter, and then that's what I'm going to register here. So we're going to go total par played. This will make the code much easier. It'll require a minor adjustment for me on the back end. And then total par played will just be plus equal to par. Plus equal, plus equal, plus equal. And then down here we'll do the safe add Firebase. Total length of holes played counter, total distance thrown. Total length of holes, total throws, total par played, and then Firebase total round grade counter. Can I increment by double? Something I never thought either. I don't know. I don't know if I can. Another question for ChatGPT. It's going to slow it down a bit, but we got to do it. I got to be able to check here. This is the structure of how database and my C1x app. If I wanted a counter set up to be a double with 2 decimals instead of an int, is that possible? Oh. Okay, so future void initialize double shards, string counter name, batch collection counter name, for int I equals 0, shared ref is equal to that, batch set count 0.00. That should be fine, right? And then future void increment double, string counter name double amount, shard ID, Firestore collection, yep. Wait. Merge true, just set the double there. We get total. I don't use get total right now, formatting into decimals. Okay, so that will work. My increment second one, this one needs to be initialize double shards. Firebase total round grade counter. That should be fine. This one is going to be a little bit more iffy. So here I need a void safe double add. We're going to go string counter name, except this is, no, go away. This will be a double. Oh, and I need, yeah, safe increment here. safe double. So trying to keep the exact same structure here, but and then log a Firebase double increment. This is going to be a double. And then this is increment double. Double. Log Firebase double increment, counter name and value. Safe double increment, safe double add will be futures.add safe double increment. Okay. And then here I just do safe double add. That easy? We good then? I think that's it. I think that's it. So now what we do is we do a reset to reinitialize all those shards. I'm gonna go open up Firebase and we're gonna take a peek at it. Let me make sure I get logged in here. Firestore database. All right, I don't think we're showing anything here. Okay, so first and foremost, this is lovely. I do think it initialized everything as it should. We got share button presses, length of hold played, par played, round grade, total throws. User scored a user scored a par I did get rid of, right? Total user scored a par. I believe I did. Let's make sure. I think that was the one I deleted for the total par. It is. Okay, so first off, we are going to go delete user scored a par. Delete. And then we are going to reinitialize one more time and just make sure. Give me a quick reset here, make sure it didn't pop up or something weird. And it did not. So we've got my 6 new arguments down here. Actually, it would be nice to keep the naming more consistent. So let's stop, reject. Let's update this. Tour global courses added is fine. Share button presses. Let's go length of holes played. Let's go throws. Let's go total par played. Total par played. Total round grade. Yeah, I think that's good. Okay, let's go try this one more time. I'm gonna go just delete all of these collections. Delete total length of holes played. Delete total, just so I can reinitialize all of them one more time. Total par played. Total round grade. Total throws. And tour global courses added. Delete. Okay, and now one last time, let's reinitialize. Give me a reset there. So I deleted them all. Let's see if they all showed up. Looks like I might be missing 2 of them still. Give me one more reset. round scored, share button, throws, total par. Which one are we missing here? Total round grade, maybe? One more reset. It's not up here. Total round grade. Initialize double shards. Total round grade counter. Initialize double shards. I never did this. Missing a line of code in it. Nope. Wait, badge commit. Okay. Now let's reset one more time. We should be good now. All of those should have initialized. I am not calling these, so we should not be resetting any of the ones I currently have. I do think this is also probably about the extent of what I'll be able to capture with my current structure. Rounds. Did they all get sprinkled up around here somewhere? Length of holes played is down here. Share button throws, total par played, total global courses added. Where's my total round grade? It's not there. Oh, I am getting an error. Initialize double shards. That's interesting. Why don't I? Future void. String counter name async. Final batch. Collection ref. I num shards. Batch set. Shard ref. Collection ref. Firestore collection. Firestore. Wait, batch commit. I don't know why it's not working. Ooh, do my rules specify integer? They do. Okay. Well, my security rules do what they're supposed to. Update my Firestore security rules below to also allow a value of type double. They currently just allow type int. So it's just this guy. Should be right. Publish. I assume I need float in that list, but I'm going to make ChatGPT tell me that. Yeah, I think I would rather list both. Let's confirm. Okay, thank you, ChatGPT. All right, so let's assume that worked. We published it. Let's try to give another reset and see if the rules have updated yet. Didn't get an error. Give me a reset. Haha, total round grade. The count is showing as a 0, but maybe if once I pass a value, it'll update. Maybe. Let's do a print shard ID for double. Shard ID. Give me that. All right, now things I want to increment, probably just all of them. Probably just test all of them. We'll go out a tour course. So they should all be at 0 right now. But we want to test the incrementing, that it's working. So we've got actually quite a bit of work to do on this on the back end to just make sure that I'm set up to count it. But first, can I write in Firestore? I don't know if the write's gonna work on the simulator. I know I've had this issue in the past, and I don't remember. I feel like the answer was no, that it was not going to. Which I can still do a lot of work on the back, and the assumption is that it's going to work. Was basically just adding on to functions that already work well. So there's nothing new really. No new code that shouldn't work, but we can check on the global courses and make sure that when I add a tour course, I do actually call add tour course. I can't even load local files now, seriously? Come on, work faster. It's being so slow right now. I don't know what the deal is. Add tour course, okay. So we will add a tour course. I'll press the share button once. And we'll log around and then see if it works. Yeah. Let's here, I guess first let's go add a tour course. Let's add MVP open. We can go ahead and score around on it. Here, we can make this a real easy check, actually. Finish round. It didn't. Maybe the auth works. It did not throw errors about it not working. Distances are. Do I still have it set in meters? I didn't mean to check that. I do. So the distances do still hold for feet, which is great. So I do not need to do any conversion. Now that I did that, we're going to stop this. Yep. We're going to stop it. We are going to go, I guess first, I'll close this out. We're going to go over to the project for my personal website. Which I feel like I've done this in the past, maybe not, but I coded my own website using Next.js. And that is the project that I can pretty quickly check these from. Shouldn't need to do this, so let's try it without it. So first we've got to run the project. All right, and then I should just need to run this maybe. Are we running? We are running, okay. Yep, that makes sense because I didn't add it to the list yet. Works for these at least. That's great. 38 app downloads. Like some of those are me, but definitely not most of them. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Some shards. Make sure I don't have anything in here. All right, so just don't get total count. Try counter name. And that is the order that I printed them in, right? That's not what I wanted to grab. I wanted to grab this. Down to double bogeys or worse. Yeah, so I should have kept that other code open. Comma, tour, global, courses, added, comma, share button presses. I think that's what I called that. I suppose it'll give me an error if I'm wrong. Length of holes played. Oops. Throws. And then I've got total par played and total round grade. Total par played and total round grade. Let's save that. And then let's try running it again. Sick. Guys, it works. It works. Does that print out as a double? I wonder, can I just keep that open? I always close out my website before I open up the app and vice versa. Maybe I actually don't need to do this. Let's try this real quick. Can I just open the app up here? Without even running it, can I do that? Let's just go on the testing distances. Trying to get a round grade of less than 10. And then I'm going to go click the share button as well. Round grade is 5. Oh, it's still an even number though. I need it to not be. Dang. Let's click the share button once. All right, let's go par, birdie, C2 putt make. That's a 2 over 5.44. All right, got the decimal. So now can I run that again? Didn't work at all that time. Do I have to have it running? Do I not get the auth if? Because I don't think anything else are going to be 541. And then way up here, the last time I just ran it, we got that was a while ago. Ran it once, 529. Ran it here, got the whole printout. Well, no, that added 12, so everything else did update, but those did not. I wonder if the double is causing issues. Everything else did update appropriately. 164, 164, 161. So 3 pars, yep. Okay, let's go open up the project and run it again and see what the issue was there. We're close. We're close. It worked once, but it did not register updates on my new counters for either of those last two, which has me assuming that the double increment caused an issue. Actually, I don't know about that because the second one was 5.0. So why would it not have worked? I don't know. Int or float. So it will throw an error if it doesn't work here, but like thinking about it now, I'm not sure why it didn't. I don't know. That was pretty much the only thing I changed that was different. I was trying to get a different round grade, but it was still an even 5 on the second one, so I'm not sure why the second one didn't work. Only thing I can think of is trying to recreate it here. And we'll see if that does anything. This is really, this is my last item, right? Oh. On app launch, I do also reinitialize. Like I should be about to initialize those second shards again, and that should reset everything. I don't know. Didn't really have too much else though. Another thing I am going to need to do is update my file. I don't remember if I showed this on a video or not, but I've got a spreadsheet to track the analytics for the app. That's something that I intend to do at least on a monthly basis, if not more regularly. But I will need to, excuse me, update it with these new counters. Data log, no, shard command. Round scored, holes played, share button like the holes played. All right, yes, this is a spreadsheet that we got, graphics info. That happens automatically. So I just need to go update here. All right, so this should be pretty easy. We can go add counters here. Tour global courses added. Share button presses. Oh, it's a drop down. That's right. Is that, do I have that list over here? No. Format, cell. Tour global courses added. Share button presses. length of holes played, throws, total par played, and total round grade. Okay. So now I have all of those. Now we should be able to just select them here. Throws. Oh, share button presses. Length of holes played. That one is throws. Total par played. Total round grade. Two, three, four, five, six. Didn't I? I didn't update that one either. Oh, come on. Tour global courses added. Share button presses. Length of holes played. Throws. Total par played. Total round grade. All right. What? Is that not what I just updated? What did I just update? That's the one that I updated? Seriously? Whatever. I'll go reselect all of them. I don't care. Rounds scored. App downloads. I do kind of want... Holes played. Global courses added. Aces. So the idea is that I can just come in here when I'm actually adding these, copy and paste this list, drop them into the table up above, and then go print out the values and write them down. And then everything else kind of happens naturally. That's the goal, at least. All right, so we'll start with this. No issue there. Let's go delete these. And we'll try it again. All right. Birdie. Let's go penalty, fairway, basket, and then a throw in. Finish round. My round grade is not a solid number. And I am getting no error. Did I get the shard ID for double increment was 0? So if I go to my data and I go to round grade and I look at 0, okay. So it worked. Is the second round the issue? Is that where I'm running into problems here? Something to do with them getting initialized, or just not running it from my actual code that causes problems? $74. Still seem to work without issue. 74. 9.97. So maybe it just doesn't work if I'm not actually running the phone, like it just can't auth from without running it from the code. That could be possible. To me, it makes sense that it should work, just because I structured it the exact same way that I structured my other values, and they were obviously working. So I guess let's try, I'll close this out. I'll maybe try to keep the app running, and we're going to try and just open up my website again. And then do the same thing here. Looks like I should still be working. We got the terminal up. Node some shards. So I should have a share in there. We should have round grade working as well. $17.42. Yeah. Okay, so I think it's working. The tour global courses was working, right? We already checked that once. Yep. Share button presses worked. Length of holes played. So it must have been an issue with something about the auth not going through, or all the code not running or something, if I'm not directly running the app from my code, like just running it straight from a simulator without running it through here might be causing issues, which is, I think, probably understandable. But it seems like everything's updating as it should be. Because what, this was 16 shots, this one was 20, so 36 throws should be right. Length of holes played is going to be 1800 plus 7342, so 9142. Par is 61 plus 18. Yeah. So these are our 6 new guys, and I do think they all worked, which is great. Which is definitely great. So let's go back then to the app. Do I get to keep it running? I don't think so. Dang it. That's all right. That's all right. Worth a shot. So let's build it one more time. We're going to initialize those second shards, which is going to reset them all to 0. And then I'm going to go comment out this code, but we'll let that go first, and otherwise those should all be done. Let's let that load. So what do I need to comment out? I need that file open. Let's go up to Firebase, data logging. This is all good, so it should just be in this file. And I just want to comment out the initialized second shards again. We got the new counters, which are fine. We can leave those as is. I coded this after I hit run, so it shouldn't affect what I have going right now. And then we'll do the same thing with non-increment. What I'm going to do here is we're just going to take this, copy it, and we're going to throw it below the initialize these guys as well. And then we're going to hide these and hide this. Comment both of those out. And then it should just be commenting this guy out. And then I think we should be good. There should be no more initialization. So we'll reset them to 0 with this run, but after that, they're live. It also doesn't matter when I launch. I will, before I hit the button to launch, I will run this on the simulator ones for all of these values, just to reset them all to 0 again to get actual app usage. Also, I'm implementing this in an update, obviously, that's not going to go out to testers. It's just going to be in the launch version, so there's not really a big point to resetting them to 0 right now. I guess other than to say, because what I intend to do is right before launch, go write down the values here that I've tracked during testing, just because I have them. Is there not? I feel like it's telling me there's no function here, but it's clearly not working. What happened to my function? I built out this spreadsheet and all of my equations that were in it are gone. Like, they're just not there at all. Dang it. That's really annoying. Well, we get to fix that now. I'm wondering actually if maybe they were in these files and I Then I went and deleted them or something. I don't know. D2. So I wanted me to drop it in D2. Oh, so maybe. Okay. Why is holes played -5? It's not working. In principle, they're set up the exact same way, right? Because I copied the frame. Jeez, Dylan. Copied in the right file. Why does that one come out to -5 though? How is the file going to 921 when I don't have a date through 921? Gain file, gain column. Did this finish building? Yeah. Okay, so they should all be reset now. Should be done there. That's nice. Thank you. Yeah. Beautiful. That one we're good with. Doesn't change how that is viewed, but that's okay. Okay. So I think the data logging should be working now. And then I should just be able to copy and paste this list in there. Update the dates, record the values, and then I just have to figure out why. And I'll go down here. I'll just copy the space. This function checks value in another table, which matches collection name and my previous table. So now I think I'm largely done. I'm just trying to improve my graphics here. pretty much it. Let's go do this again. Tour global courses add-in. Share button presses. Plane. Throws. Total par played. And total round grade. Okay. So now we should be able to just do this. Played, throws, total par played. And round grade, let's go check. Let's say I just throw a 2 in here. 2. Okay, so we should be working there. Falls under all time. Back to ChatGPT. Turns corresponding value recorded for that date. Can you update this formula to only show a value if there is a value recorded in the previous logging table that is, I guess that's largely fine. Like, it looks weird right now because I don't have any recent values recorded, but I will. Like, that is a new, ideally I'm typically only looking at this when I'm recording the value. I think that's largely going to be fine. Yeah, can I edit this? No? Let's go done. So let's go here. Let's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are not going to have those, but what I can do, what I should be able to do here is just copy and paste. And then we can do the cells here. Fill. Let's just do that for all of these actually. Fill them all. Okay, and then just to double check again, let's say I go 9, 15, and 2 here. There's nothing. If I throw a total par played, why don't those? I need all of the values. Thank you. 18 and 3. It's a gain of 1. Let's go down here. We get no values, then I get 3 at 921. Okay. So that's working, yes. Let's go back to none. And then I'll back these out. We'll make that say 0. So the data references should be correct. Seven. Okay. So just going by a week, right? Minus 7 times 11, yeah. Okay. So now here, I can do this. No, maybe not. Yeah, like that. Can I do... even brighter yellow there? Hit done? What is that garbage? Just because it's a little bit longer? Come on now. Okay. Let's test it real quick. Let's just throw a 5 in here. 5? Why am I not getting a 5 here? Auto and auto. Yeah, you say that. But where is it at? Why is there no 5? Now it works. Eight 10. But it was at 5 before 8 10. 8 10 shows a 0. Why does 8 10 show a 0? 8 7 is at 5. What the heck? In this function, let's say one of my columns is 8, 10, 25. In my logging data table, I have a collection name with a recorded value of 5 on 8, 7, 25. Why does my 8, 10 column still show 0 then? But 8, 17 shows 5. I assume that's how that's going to work. If I come back here and I keep this at 5, my gain is at 0. And the 5 doesn't start until 8, 17, yeah. What was my previous one? Was it 817? It was 815. That wasn't working either. I don't think this is right. 817 shows 5, but I have no recorded in my logging data table on 817. Just the 5 value on 8, 7. think there's a collection name mismatch. Tour global courses added. 5 and 5. Are no mismatches. Once again, the table uses the exact same formula, and both are reading from the same cell. The issue is that 810 column shows 0, but 817 shows 5. The way I logged the value or date, I don't think 817 would show 5. Correct. Doesn't work. I have a 7, 6, 25 column. Obviously, 4, 8, 5, 20, or 8, 7, 25. But it's now showing a value of 5. just need you to fix it. Please just fix it. All right, so this is what I had previously. My issue right now is that I'm getting 0 here and not 5. If I make this 10, then I get 10 here, but I'm missing the 5 on 810. And I don't understand why. And this is quite the complicated formula to try to digest in Excel. I don't know. Write this formula out in clear form so I can read it. Target date is the date I'm checking. Collection name equals collection name of the current row. 14, okay. Date call, logging date, all rows except header. All rows except header. So we're ignoring the header here. Name, value, all rows except header. All right, filter dates equal to filter. On or before the target date. Target date is set to H1. Set to 8/10/25. Okay. For filter date call, all rows. Name collection times is date. Date call is less than or equal to. Check if any dates exist. If returns blank if there are no prior dates, but there is, so it's acknowledging that there is a prior date. And then latest date is equal to max filtered dates. So it's saying the most recent prior date is 8/7. Or somehow it's saying it's 0. Funfused. I'm confused then. My logging data table has a value of 5 for the collection name tournaments, we'll say. First occurrence of that collection table on 8/7/25. In the column on the table where the above formula is used, under the date 8/10/25, the value shown for this collection is 0. If there were no filtered dates, then it would show a blank. But because it shows a 0, it is clearly acknowledging that there is a date in the table prior to 8/10/25. Correct? The only occurrence of that collection in the table has a value of 5. So how could it even show 0? Correct. Latest date types. Date and time, January 5th. Okay, what is this? Date and time, no time. I think you're wrong. Both types and numbers for these cells. My current table with the column 8/10/25 and the logging data table with 8/7/25 have the same type and numbers, date and time, with the date in the same format and no time included. They should be identical, so I don't know how there would be a time mismatch. Again, I use the same formula throughout the table, and it's working fine under 8/17/25. Clearly updated. Rewrite the full let formula using lookup. Try it. Why not? Is that in the right format? I don't think so. Rewrite it in a format that I can copy into numbers. your formula does not work the same way or return the same values as my previous formula. It needs to work identically whoops. Round score gets 5 somehow, and what the heck is this, dude? Oh, it did it based off of, I see. All right, so this needs to be A2. Preserve column. Logging data A. Enter. And then what is value recorded? What is 5? What are we talking about? What are you doing? This formula is printing weird values regardless of date. I have cells that just say value recorded. This is much worse than what I already had. Can I copy that into numbers? Oh, excuse me. Did the same thing again. Ooh, I was looking at the wrong date though. That's on me. That's on me, guys. B1, and we need to conserve the row. B1. Logging data A, value recorded. Should be good there. It does seem to be working the exact same way as my previous one, but it is still missing the 5. Great. So this works exactly the same as my previous. Previous formula, but it is still missing the 5 on 8. 7, 25 shows 0 on 8, 10. Just made all of that info up. I just said that my 8, 10 column shows a 0, not 5. My 8, 17 column shows the 5, though. and my logging data table has no row, including one with the same collection name that has this date at all. So clearly the dates are not required to match. Yeah. Nope, that is not my formula. Nope, still wrong. We just replaced the filter max index formula with the below. This is a struggle. I'm not even coding at this point. We're just trying to make this look all pretty. But I gotta have it show the right values, or otherwise why am I logging this stuff? I don't think my connection's lost. So 8.7 doesn't show. This one, I mean, that one's working. So just something about the first instance that's not. I mean, at this point, who cares? Like, it seems like every instance after those zeros is going to work fine. You know, like if I make that say 0, it's whatever. It's whatever. What if, let's test what happens when I reset them. Let's go 9, 1. Let's say I reset it to 0. So I can at least show where things got to at testing and then push them back down. That's fine. Whatever. Whatever. Screw you, ChatGPT. I'm over that. I'm over that. Reset them. All right, so I added 2 global courses, thinking maybe we add one more of these guys. For my new values, share button presses, length of holes played. It'd be kind of fun to have some of that stuff on this one. But something like right here. More hole info. Just say more round info. That's fine. Edit. Select cells. Delete series. Was I going under style then? Then I guess I was copying and pasting that. Yeah. Into one of these somewhere. Oh. Yeah. Okay. Delete series. Delete series. All right. Length of holes played. Throws. And I do have total par played. It's fine. Might just go grayscale with this one. And then total round grade as well. For throws, we'll go with the darker gray. Total part played, we'll go with the lighter gray. And then we'll go with an even lighter gray. And then I don't really care about the showing the share button presses at the moment. So okay, that was a bit excessive. A little bit of a time waste is probably an apt description there, but it's fine. It's fine. That's I go down rabbit holes pretty easily. Okay, so let's focus for a second. Data. All of those values we are now tracking in the app. We initialized all the shards. They show on, shards is still just a funny name for that. They show on the Firestore database. They register increment as they should. That includes the double counter for the round grades. We initialize them all so they're reset to 0. Doesn't really matter, but we'll do it again at launch anyways. But those are now set up in the app. So we are now tracking all of this data. My spreadsheet now accounts for it all accordingly. We checked printing it through the website, and that works as well. So I do think we're good here with the data to track. Let's clear out these Flutter problems. We'll do this real quick. This is I'll do it here just because I've only got 18 of them this time, so. That's a bool, right? We'll make it a bool as long as I don't get any errors. Yeah, we're good there. I wonder why that wasn't happening previously. Because I don't think I changed this code at all. All right, let's go update this as well. Added additional data analytics for app improvement purposes. Still no user info. Yeah. Okay, done with that. Let's close that out. Print here. Another print for round display. I don't remember even adding those, but I guess clearly they're in there somehow. I must have at some point. All right, delete the print statements. Const. Another thing that I don't think I changed, but two course difficulties. What's the issue here? You want me to use const? Instead, that's fine. Whatever. Go away, thank you. And const here. We are running a little bit slower here, but that's all right. Const. Get rid of the print. Round summary brief, get rid of this. Let's go close these files out. I feel like it picked up new things too, because I don't remember ever deleting the const from these, but I don't know. Just had those printouts to make sure that my in regulation stats were working. Same thing there. Okay, no more problems. So what that means is that C1x is done. It is officially done. There's nothing else that I'm going to put into it on release. So we're good. That's pretty exciting. I have been at least testing this new update on my personal device, with the exception of the stuff that we just coded in today. Just to make sure that this stuff was working, and it is, which is great. So, excuse me. Set, copy, delete, personal list, fix already implemented. I guess, why did I do that, actually, at all? I did it to test it on my personal phone, but everyone testing the app right now has... Oh, because it's not the tour courses, it's the personal list. Because I updated the tags, that's right. Okay. And I do the same thing that I did with this. Delete, only touching the courses. Delayed 1 second, we're not initializing any of the shards, which is good. Safe increment, yes, all right. Gotta call it, I think we're good. What now? So here's a question. If I cancel App Store Connect release, do I have to get full approval again? I can upload a new binary with the same version though, because that's important to note. Let's just ask ChatGPT this. I submitted v1.0.0 to Apple for production and was approved. The app is currently pending developer release. If I cancel that submission just so I can upload a new build instead, I assume that will again go through Apple's full review process. Can I still upload that build as v0 1.0.0? Okay, but I could just launch with 1.0.1. That's important to note. Okay. Oh, and then my added number of rounds scored in the app to be displayed displayed all rounds view. Is there anything else I just changed today? I don't think so. And clarification on birdie conversion percentages. Tap the stat to see these explanations. Okay. So I have the approved release on Apple. So I think technically on Apple I'll be releasing this as v1.0.1, which is a-okay. I guess technically I kind of already did that. Let's go 1.0.1 build 45. That's going to be our release build. Flutter clean. And I am going to try and just submit this to Apple right now, just in case they already approved it. I've only changed things in the app, but in the off chance that they reject it because they find something new, or I intend to release it in about 8 days, so we'll go ahead and get the review process started now, see if there are any issues, and deal with them as they come up. But this will give me some buffer time at least. All right, this is done. We saved it. So let's close it out. We'll open up Apple and Google. Let's go back to this, still cleaning. It's kind of silly. Whoa. I did realize, I think sometime last week, that I never actually updated the testing page on Google. So I've been updating the app the whole time, obviously. The Android releases were getting updated, but just the store page for it still had the old app icon, very original app screens. That's a little silly. So I did go update those. I literally just hit publish on them too. So as of 2 seconds ago, the graphics for the Android testing page are correct. And then also for the eventual launch. All right, so pending developer release. So I'm going to go cancel this. You'll need to resubmit it to app review. Understood. Cancel release. Developer rejected. Do I need to do a reset here? Still in developer rejected. All right, so we're going to remove that build. I'm not going to change any of this information. Is there anything that I've added in this update that I should add to the store descriptions? I don't think I'm going to add this. No, not really. Okay. All right, so we got the new version built. It's probably gonna slow things down a little bit, but let's get this build going. Flutter build IPA 1.0.1. Exciting. Let's hit save. So I deleted the build on Apple. Yeah, I can show all this. This is the description. These are the screenshots for the store page. Google, I did the same thing. Test and release. No. Grow users, I think. Yeah, store presence, store listing. Let's go take a peek at this, but I think this is good. Full description. I did not update the full description. So we can go copy that. C1x DG, is that how I'm displaying it? Here. it's going to be a little slow because I'm building the IP. Yep, C1x DG. Okay. So let's go back to this. Let's grab my full description for Apple, and then that's what we'll just copy and paste that over to Google as well. It's called Scoring and Stat Keeping Reimagined, C1x Disc Golf. Do I want to update that here as well? App information. Just keep jumping back and forth. No, it's good enough. Okay, anything else that I'm missing here? Graphics, we've got the new icon, new feature graphic, which looks great. No videos, phone screenshots are in there, tablets, Android, not spatial. Cool. Save. Go to overview. Yeah, I'll go ahead and send that for review. Just updating the description. All I should need to do on Apple then is push this build and attach it here, and then just add it for review again. So I'll have to get again re-approved by Apple. I think last time they took about 2.5 days to get to that, so I should have time to go through at least a couple more cycles of that if need be. They rejected it the first time, but it was all stuff not related to the app, mostly related to screenshots or what else was it? Screenshots or it was a setting I had in the apps, like binary on Xcode, that I just forgot to disable. I enabled it initially when I thought I was going to be releasing this with a watch app, deciding to do that down the road, and I just never untoggled it. So. But I fixed that stuff, and that's the version that they approved. So I didn't change anything with the app. I just fixed a setting in some of these screenshots right here. And they approved it, so I'm hoping, like, I haven't changed any of this stuff. It's all stayed the exact same. The only thing I'm changing is the code, and that's just more improvements. So there's no reason they should reject it. They already approved basically the exact same thing. So on Google, though, Google, we need to build out a new production release. Once you've released your app, release. Oh, I have a draft release. Okay. App bundle, I'll push that here. Isn't shown to one launch. Okay. Release notes. For production. I guess I'll include a little bit of stuff in this. This is the launch version of C1x. Updates will come based on user feedback and requests. Yeah, I like that. All right, I'll hit save as draft. It'll back me up, but I just don't have the bundle to upload yet. So now I think this is largely ready. The store presence is there. So we should just need to build it and then upload it here. All users in your chosen countries. Let me go take one more look at the store listing and make sure that this is what I want it to be. Default store listing, live changes and review. And I assume this should work for production. App name, description, full description, graphics, phone screenshots. That's the most important. Yeah, I think we're good there. Okay. So man, I think that all I'm waiting on now is just for these builds to go. And then we'll I'll pop open Xcode here. I still have my website running, I think. Let's end that. Let's go ahead and close out of the terminal. Man, yeah. So I'm just waiting for this to finish running down here. This is our build for Apple. I'll upload that into Xcode to get it distributed to App Store Connect, which is the site we were just on. Then I'll start building the Android version. We'll get both of those attached. Apple and Google will technically review both of them. I already covered my experience with Apple. With Google, at least how it worked with Throw With The Pros, is that what I have already gotten approved for with the 4 weeks of testing and questionnaires and everything I ranted about in previous videos, that's the hard part. My expectation is that, granted, this is the first production build, so maybe it'll take a day, but sometimes Google approves these builds within hours because they never actually look at the app, which is not great. I think they should. I think they should look at C1x and be A-okay with it, but I think they should look at it nonetheless. But long story short, I don't expect Google's approval for this production release to take long at all. Generally, once they pass you on that questionnaire, they just assume that you're kind of good, and they don't think much about it otherwise. Maybe that's changed since my last update with Throw With The Pros. It's been a number of months since I updated that. But Throw With The Pros is in a weird spot. Like, I'm still new to app development. New-ish, certainly. It's never been my profession. I am a project manager in construction full-time. Learned coding solely to build Throw With The Pros. Throw With The Pros was the first app I built. Certainly the first app I built in this language. First Android app I ever released. First Apple app. All of the above. So I think I am proud of the functions that Throw With The Pros is capable of. It's still an app that I enjoy using. But it is really rough around the edges. I think one thing I'm really proud of with C1x is that it just looks like a finished product. I think there's still some rough components to it, but for anybody that watches this, if you open this app up and then open Throw With The Pros up next to it, it's very easy to tell which one came first. Just so many lessons learned with building C1x, better ideas for how to lay the app out, make it look cleaner, not overcomplicate displays, yada yada yada. So long story short, now when I think about updating Throw With The Pros, I just think about redoing the whole app, just because I can make it look as clean as C1x, but that would be a massive undertaking. So I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. Pretty confident that it's not going to happen anytime soon. I don't know if it's going to happen ever. That's probably the real question. I could just stop the video here. There's probably not a point to continuing it at this point. It is just me waiting for these builds to go, and then they might be done in 10 seconds. They might take another 30 minutes. It probably would be silly for me to sit here and wait for it the whole time, but I don't know what else to do. If I stopped the recording, I might still just be sitting here. I'd probably be working on something else. while I was waiting for it, but it's part of the process. So yeah, we'll do this. We'll get it in review. One thing I can do, so I did also talked about this in a previous video, I think, but minis are, I guess not technically in production, but should be here by launch day, so they're coming. And I was intending to get a little bag patch. I need to work on my salesman abilities anyways. What is this? I don't like that. But I was going to get a little bag patch to throw in my backpack just to advertise that I have some free minis, and then I'm going to make people either download the app or beat me on a hole or something. Try and find some cool ways to give those minis away. But maybe we can look at building out that bag patch right now. I already kind of had a design for it. I got to go find it, but I was looking at Zazzle for the custom Velcro patch. I didn't think they would be a bad option. Let's see what Reddit has to say. Not helpful. I wonder what the difference is between these. Like they just show shapes. They don't show sizes. What size can I go here? What's the biggest? 5.5 by 2 always. 974, but if I do the same size here, plus 230, does it come out of the same price? Yeah, it does. Okay. They knew what they were doing. Okay. That's the biggest patch they made. There's definitely room on my backpack for it. Plenty of room. Where's my... Yeah, so this is my, I think, idea for the bag patch, for the design of it. Not this one, but this one down. Nope. It got bigger, and I didn't want it to get bigger. This guy. I don't know what that was about. I don't know if it's the best, but I kind of like the mountains, pine trees in the background, and pretty simple. Free minis asked me. I think real size. What were we at? We were at 5 inches. I guess we can. What do I think 5 inches is? Probably about that big. I'm sizing this for my screen, not yours. That's probably pretty close. It's still really clear. If I go even smaller. Yeah. I don't hate it. It's also not like I'm buying a $100 piece of gear with this, so if I don't like it, I could always find a spot to put this one up and make another one. I got a cart too, so. I did want to see if I could find, that's kind of why I was searching, as if there's cost-effective ways for me to get one cheaper. Amazon? Got some options here. From 10 to 50,000 pieces. All right, so we're not doing 10 of them. I do need the no minimums. I don't think these are going to be bigger. they probably do like full color. Custom stuff on Amazon is always kind of weird too. Let's not do that. Let's see what these guys are. Wholesale prices, 30-second instant quote, easy process. No minimum quantity. Let's I'll go download the graphic and then we can start checking out these websites with it. Oh man. This is gonna be weird. The minis are like orders placed, they're on the way. Get this bag patch ordered. I got some flyers to make, but I'm like really close to being at a point where I could feasibly stop work on C1x if I wanted to. I mean, obviously, I guess I could do it right now, but yeah, I wanted to go here. Get started. Can I get started? I would like to get started. What do I have to do? What button do I have to click to start this? Give me a button and you say get started, but the button doesn't do anything. Custom patches. I would like to design one. Yeah, just skip, I'll figure it out. Are there not different sizes? Customs, why is it only circle? Blank patches. So the only blank one they have is like, what is this? What size is that? This is the worst tool I've ever seen. Okay, what if we do this? What if I just delete all that and I upload my art? Upload. Yeah, why would you not go full size here? Little running guy. The build is still going down here for Apple. Nothing changed there. Oh, we're doing something. Oh, I get them for free. many colors do I have? It's probably not going to show me what the picture looks like, is it? Height range, let's go 2.5 by 7. Select shape. Select backing. What's the one that sticks? Maybe we'll just click that one, have it tell me the price, and it's fine. One. Good Lord. $300? What? These guys are going to charge me $10 plus shipping. And you want $300. All that for $300. They paid someone way too much money for that terrible design tool, and they're trying to make their money back on it. That was silly. All right. I think I would love to go with a little black border on it. Backing is Velcro. All right, sorry, $12. $12 and some change. My two options so far that I can see are $12 though and $300. So $300. I just wanted to pull this up real quick and see if I was gonna hate the black border on it. Might get a little tight there. Maybe I just shift things up a little bit. Oh yeah, computer is in the slow mode while I'm still building the Apple version. Canva might have just given up on me. It's all right, we'll refresh it. Oh, got some thunder outside. That's nice. We don't get too much rain here in Utah. We might be at a point where my computer's becoming unusable as it builds this. Perhaps. I've done some more recording this weekend, but had a 3-round tournament. Managed to screw up my ankle during a men's rec basketball game, so had a kind of a bum ankle for the whole tournament, but considering that, it didn't go terrible. But I did have about 9 hours of disc golf rounds. So there we go. All right, now if you don't mind, I'd like to maybe it might mind. This might not be overly doable while I'm building the app. I'm just gonna shift this stuff up a little bit, so I have a little bit more room around the borders for that. What did it call it? Just black border. Oh. Slows down my Mac so much. Silly. Yeah, Canva's just not working. All right, it might be time to just sit on this. I'll try to let it build, which is probably time for me to call the video. Once this builds, we deploy through Xcode. That's just me clicking a few buttons, pops up on App Store Connect. Then I just have to go to test flight, acknowledge that there's no data encryption because I'm not really tracking anything or handling any user data. Attach it to that build, add it to the review, do the same thing to Google, and then get this freaking patch ordered. But I don't think Canva is going to be usable right now. Safari is barely usable, let alone Canva, and Canva's always slow. Oh, I think that's about all I have to do for the day. I might call the video here. Just because this is getting slower. I was at a point for a little while where I could start to do some of that stuff, but I don't think it's working. On this, I'm going to shift this stuff up a little bit, probably drop it into this website, get that patch ordered. I might show it on video once it gets here, but I think I'm just going to throw that on my grip bag. Try to do a little bit of sales work on my own, but also I really don't like trying to pitch stuff during tournaments. That's not what I'm there for. It's not really what other people are there for. It's not my personality to try and do that. But I'll have the bag patch on, and if I'm playing with someone that wants to ask about it, then I'm happy to talk about it if people want to, but I'm not the type to approach people during a tournament and try to get them to. Obviously, they don't have to give me money. It's app is free, but unless it's people I know or it comes up naturally. Casual rounds, people letting me play through, I'll bug them about it. Everybody likes free mini, right? Yeah, I might call it there. And is my app still running? It is still running. That probably isn't helping. Yeah, I think we're about done now. Pretty exciting stuff. Let's hit stop on this. I think I hit it. There we go. Cool. Okay. So upload to Apple and Google. Get a bag patch order. Any other videos that I'm going to do? I might hop on a video and I'm creating flyers. Maybe I'll just hop on a video, do a little pre-launch thing. I can show the minis if they come in, or the bag patch. Or bag patch probably won't get here until a little after launch. I'm a little late on it, but I only got the mini order confirmed a couple days ago, I guess, and I didn't want to order the bag patch until I knew for sure that I was getting the minis. Because if I don't have the minis, then that makes the bag patch kind of useless. Maybe I'll do a little quick live stream when I actually hit the launch button. I don't know. I'll find a way to still do a little bit of recording. I did a C1x report today for GMC, Discraft GMC going on this weekend. moving forward, I think I mentioned it previously. I started off doing the C1x reports for every single round of every Pro Tour tournament. That was too much for me. It's I don't mind doing those, but there's a lot of work that goes into them beyond just the recording. If I which I, and I could just do that. I don't mind getting on, entering the round in C1X, talking about disc golf. That's not the hard part. The hard part is that I've got to go to a few different websites to create the graphics, get the information I need to upload it to Instagram, create a YouTube thumbnail. There's a lot of additional outside marketing stuff that I just really don't enjoy doing. And that kind of takes the enjoyment out of me of just doing the video in the first place. So my compromise right now is that I'm still going to do those videos, but I'm only going to do one per tournament. It's always going to be on moving day, so round 2 of 3 round events or round 3 of 4 round events, and I'm always going to cover last cash. So we're just going to do one round per tournament. And so those will continue. I just did one today for GMC. I'll do one next week for MVP. And I'm sure, like, obviously I have my my to add later list that's got like 40 items on it right now. So I'm not at a shortage of things still to add to C1X. But it has been a really solid 4 or 5 months of just, well, I guess, when did I start? See if I can just look at this real quick. When I started here, users, C1X, get info. Created in May. Okay. It actually hasn't been that long. It feels like it's, man. I actually did this pretty fast. I was thinking it was like March, but it was in May, so it was 4.5 months ago. That's not bad. It's not a bad time frame. So I guess I was still doing a little bit of Throw with the Pros updates leading up to that. Crazy. Okay, so yeah, a solid 4.5 months of lots of coding, lots of stuff off video. I did want to at some point just go total up the amount of time that I've recorded. Maybe I'll just in case the builds get in soon and I can make a little bit more progress while I'm on video. Not yet. We'll go through, I'll pop up a calculator here and we'll see if I can total up the total amount of minutes of video that I've recorded for building this app. I guess I could have also gone and just seen when the first video was. Open this up, YouTube Studio. Still nice and slow. This may not go well. I may have to call it. I was kind of thinking that YouTube still might load okay, because I just need to scroll and I need the calculator to work, but that might be too much. Content. It's kind of going. It's kind of going. All right, playlists. So I had 23 videos in the road to alpha development, and then 56 videos up to this point. I guess the one I'm recording now isn't a part of this, so that'll be number 57. Let's go back to videos. Okay, so what? That's 79. So we're about to be at 80 videos, 80 development videos. Can I filter by playlist just to exclude the C1X reports? Nope, I don't get to do that. Okay. All right, calculator. This is going to be me doing some a little bit of math here. What's a guy got to do to shrink the calculator? Not be building an app file while I'm doing it, probably. It's no fun. All right. I'm just going to ignore the seconds so we can add a few minutes on the end if we need to. All right, so that one is 181. That's 126. I got to keep my place here. 110, 105, 107. 147.13 was my last one. Plus 62, plus 60, plus 115, plus 122. All right, plus 74, plus 73, plus 69, plus 141, plus 62. So I'm just adding up the minutes of all of my C1x Road to Launch videos right now. Plus 99. Plus 29, plus 91. 4-hour-long video. Forgot about that one. 103. That's the end of that page. Let's hit equals. Next. I assume I'll be able to tell once the build is done by this starting to work a lot faster. And I don't think we're there yet. All right, plus 109, plus 57, plus 144, plus 246, plus 90. Plus 61, plus 91, 10. Oh, that's fine. We can add 0. 106, 172, plus 56, plus 137, 73. 5.5 hours? I had videos that long? Jeez. 336 minutes of coding on stuff. That was a long video. 336, 273. Nope. 273. 157. Plus 74, 63, 129, 156, 109, 57, 64, 52, 124 equals. Next. Next, come on. plus 40 plus 152 plus 211 plus 144 plus 262 plus 163. That was 6.5. Plus 137 plus 84 plus 121 plus 202 plus 113 plus 61. Man, that's what the app looked like too. It is cool going back and seeing this. I do enjoy this. 240 plus 264 plus 46. All right. So without any included, we're at 6905. That's almost 60 videos. So you've got to assume add at least 10 minutes to that. I'm sure it's more like half an hour, but yeah, we'll add 20 minutes to it. So we're going to say 6925 is road to alpha, or road to launch. Let me zero that out. Oh, this... I guess, did I do all of the alpha development live? I might have, because they're not listed here. So let's go to live. I forgot that I did a lot of live videos. I clicked it, it's just not loading. There we go. Yeah, so this stuff was all live. Cool, cool, cool. All right. So now, yeah, alpha finished. Let's add these guys up. 147. This is really entertaining, I'm sure. But I would actually be doing right now. 147, 80, 120, 176, 196, 107. That one's close enough. We're going to call it 90. All right, and then plus 116, plus 48, plus 74, plus 56, plus 116, plus 79. Plus 52, plus 107, plus 95, plus 72, plus 70. Plus 50, plus 110, plus 111, 103, 65. And I think I did have the first video. First live stream was a video as well, so that 6925 includes the first day. But that one is 2120. We'll add 10 minutes to that one. So outside of the C1x Report YouTube videos and all the stuff I did, outside of that, just on videos that I uploaded and work that was included in those videos. Oops. And I guess I can just do this math here. We got 9,055 divided by 24. Why did I do that by 24? 9055 divided by 60. 150 hours of work, of uploaded coding work. Which actually isn't, it's a lot, but it's not a lot at the same time. Divided by 24. I mean, obviously I wasn't sitting down and recording all day every day, but add on all my marketing stuff too, and probably at 7.5 days. I'm just nonstop. Obviously I couldn't do it in 7.5 days like that, but that's not terrible. All right, so I was at 9055. That's how many minutes we were at. Let's close that out. Let's go back to this. We are still building. Okay, that was a fun little rabbit hole to go down, but I'll probably call the video here because I don't know how much longer this is going to run, and I don't think there's anything else I can do on my laptop. So this will build. We'll build the Android version as well. We'll get both of those uploaded tonight. Get those into review with Apple and Google. I will get that bag patch ordered. It's going to look exactly like what I just showed earlier with the stuff shifted up slightly so the embroidery fits around it. So we'll get the app submitted, bag patch ordered. I do need to create some flyers and stuff. I'll probably do one more video before launch, just I guess kind of recapping the marketing stuff, maybe showing some of the material if I have it. Talking about what I'm going to do for launch day. Going over the flyers that I put together. Maybe finishing those on video. Maybe doing a little bit of discussion, thinking out loud on what I do next with C1x, if I do anything at all. Yeah. Otherwise, I think I'll call it there for the day. C1x is done. This is pretty cool. This is the next video I do might still be a part of this playlist. It might still be a part of Road to Launch if it's about me discussing what I'm doing for launch. So we'll see. This may not be the end of this series at least. But it has been a lot of fun to do. I really have enjoyed. It definitely won't include any more coding, so this is the last coding video for the Road to Launch. And that is something that I've really enjoyed doing. I like coding anyways, but it's kind of fun to sit down and record it. If I had some more people engaged, which no fault of their own. It's not like I've advertised this at all or anything like that. But it's something that I think I would enjoy doing live as well if there were people that wanted to hop on and talk about what I'm building, why I'm building it. Give me some new stuff to discuss so I'm not just trying to spitball the random thoughts that come to my head, which sometimes are interesting to me and sometimes aren't even interesting to me. So I can't imagine why they're interesting to someone else. But if anyone happens to find these after the fact and you've enjoyed this, want to see more of it, want to chat about C1x or anything else, I am pretty available. I think I've got a business email linked on the YouTube channel. You can reach out to C1x or Throw It the Pros on Instagram, on YouTube. They both have websites. You can generally find my personal website from those. I am not too hard to reach, but I don't know. If I end up coming up with a new project, I might end up doing something similar. I might advertise the building of it a little bit more. I do think that if I was going to do this again, I would probably want to do it live. I don't know if I'd want to go through the process of filming all the videos just to film them again. This is kind of the full documentation process of building an app, so I may only do that once, but But yeah, we'll call it there. We'll hop off my recording software so I have a little bit more memory for my computer to finish building this. And we'll probably be back with one more in the series, but C1x is done. That's what it's going to look like at launch. Nope, I stopped the app. Never mind. But yeah, we'll call it there for today. So as always, thanks for watching, and